I'm not joking. It was alive. The whole place was alive.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa! Fire at the head of the straightaway.
Author in car 77 spins down the track, spewing fuel and flames like a pinwheel.
And the amount of noise that was inside that place and what sound, the activity that you could hear.
I'm not kidding, that place was alive. The whole track was alive. I've told this story to a lot of people, and they look at me like I'm crazy. There was a level of noise and activity inside the garages that felt like the movie Field of Dreams. It was as if, as soon as it got dark and no one was left around, everyone would come out to do what they did every night. You could hear the noises distinctly. These are the words of Tony Stewart, three-time NASCAR champion, telling one of the most unsettling and terrifying stories in motorsport history. Indianapolis is one of the oldest racetracks in the world, opened back in 1909, known for being home to one of the most famous races in motorsport history, the Indy 500, which has been run here since 1911, and where even F1 used to race until a few years ago. However, Indianapolis is also known as one of the deadliest tracks of all time. There are 73 confirmed deaths among drivers, mechanics, and even spectators. I want to clarify one thing though. Out of these 73 deaths, 60 occurred between 1909 and the early 1970s, a period when motor racing was truly dangerous for drivers and spectators alike. A curious fact about these deaths is that almost all of the fatal accidents happened during the month of May. Keep that firmly in mind, as it will come in handy later in the video. The year 1973 marked a dramatic turning point. During the month of May, veteran Art Pollard lost his life during practice. The young and beloved driver Swede Savage died from injuries sustained in a horrific race fire, and Armando Terran, a pit crew member, was struck and killed by a rescue vehicle in the pit lane.
It was a hard luck year for the Indianapolis 500. The Auto Racing Classic had to be postponed on Monday after a major collision on the very first lap. Today, the race was restarted, but within an hour, there was another major pileup. ABC's Jim McKay describes what happened.
Here is Savage's car, owned by Andy Granatelli, out of shape already as it comes out of turn 4. And watch now as it takes a hard left turn. Watch also as it nears the wall. And you will see the rear wing, which exerts 1,600 pounds of downforce on the back of the car, depart from the car. It leaves the car. The car is totally out of control. The rear of it lifting from the ground. It hits this wall just about head on, as you see, well, you see what happens there. Unbelievably, at this hour, we are told that driver Savage emerged not only alive, but conscious from this crash. He was taken to the track hospital, since then has been airlifted by helicopter to Methodist Hospital here in Indianapolis. This, of course, is a very early report. It is the way we have it now, that Savage is alive and is conscious. No report whatsoever on what his injuries might be. There was a subsidiary accident, subsidiary in the sense that was derived from the crash there. A fire truck racing to the scene hit a mechanic in the pits. His name, Armando Terran of Culver City, California. No report on his condition, but he was thrown about 50 feet when a fire truck hit him. If this race is completed, ABC Sports will have a 2-hour program on the jinxed 1973 Indianapolis 500 starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. That's all we have for right now. Jim McKay, ABC Sports, Speedway, Indiana.
According to late reports, pit crew worker Armando Terran died as a result of his injuries in the accident, and driver Swede Savage is reported in critical but stable condition. Following the accident, the 500 race was resumed.
That year was so tragic and shocking that it prompted the organizers and the United States Auto Club, USAC, to completely revolutionize safety measures. Wings and track widths of the cars were drastically altered to reduce speeds. Fuel tank capacity was nearly halved, reduced from 40 to 20 gallons. The very first modern standards for fireproof suits and track protection barriers were imposed. Thanks to this radical shift in the early 70s, the frequency of fatal accidents plummeted in the following decades. In short, we are talking about a track where, for better or worse, legendary drivers like Schumacher and Alonso have raced, as well as Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, and among these names emerges the main character of our story, Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart is considered by many to be one of the most successful drivers of his generation. To give you a few numbers, Stewart won the NASCAR championship 3 times and was also the 1997 IndyCar champion. So we're not talking about an average driver, but one of the absolute best in his field. There is a detail that makes this whole story almost a paradox. Even though Tony was born and raised right in Indiana, just a few miles from the track, the Indianapolis 500 always eluded his driver's trophy cabinet. He came incredibly close. He took pole position on his absolute debut in 1996 and led the race for hundreds of laps across various editions, but he never managed to cross the finish line first. The bond between Smoke, a nickname born early in his career because he used to spin and smoke his right rear tire on dirt tracks, and due to a few blown engines in 1997, and this track is visceral. We're talking about a man famous in the paddock for his fiery temperament and outspoken bluntness, an old-school, tough, pragmatic driver who is definitely not easily swayed by superstitious tales. And yet there was one night in May 1999 when that connection changed. At that time, Stewart was undertaking the grueling double duty. For those of you who don't know, the double duty, also called the Memorial Day Double, is one of the most grueling and prestigious feats in the entire motorsport world. It consists of racing 2 of America's biggest auto races on the exact same day, the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. Returning to our story, to avoid the media circus and stay focused on the race, he had decided to stay and sleep right inside the circuit's infield on board his motorhome. During a late-night walk to blow off some steam, he decided to step alone into the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum, right next to the old, long-closed, historic garage area. It was at that moment, immersed in the dark of the building, that the silence began to fill with impossible sounds. And this is where his voice breaks the ice, recalling that exact moment. At around 1 a.m., Tony Stewart firmly claims to have heard multiple sounds and noises coming from the garage area, as if someone were still there after the tragic events that occurred on that track. Even though many claim Stewart was lying, Stewart swears on everything that he isn't making it up. Now I'll leave you with his testimony.
I remember in '99 when I ran the double, I remember coming, and nobody was allowed to stay inside the racetrack at night. And I remember Tony letting me stay in the infield and in the bus lot now, beside the garages. And I got back about 1 o'clock in the morning from running in Charlotte. And I'm not joking. It was alive. The whole place was alive. And I've told this story to people and they look at you like, come on, man. And the amount of noise that was inside that place and what sound, the activity that you could hear, it was like the movie Field of Dreams. It was like, as soon as it got dark and nobody was around, everybody came out and did what they do every night.
Yep.
And you could hear it.
It's funny, I've never been a big believer in that. I've been here 13 years, and you hear stories from people who worked here forever, just the things that feel that way.
I'm telling
if
you.
you walk around this place at night when nobody's here, back of the grandstands, along the front stretch, it's alive.
You know, you see all these TV shows and paranormal activity and this and that, and I don't believe it. I don't believe any of that stuff. But I am telling you, that night, there was so much stuff going on, and you're looking around going, you're going to see somebody at some point, or groups of people. It was that loud, and it's like, there's nothing moving. You physically could not see anything, but you closed your eyes, and you could hear everything.
Indianapolis is a place where glory and tragedy have been intertwined for over a century. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, it's undeniable that the memory of those who lost their lives on that track continues to echo between those concrete walls and garages. What do you guys think? Do you believe places with such a dramatic history can hold on to that kind of energy? Or do you think it's just imagination? Remember to leave me a comment to let me know if you like this new format and if you want more videos like this. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.